Are the Vancouver Canucks on the brink of a major shakeup? With the playoffs slipping further out of reach, discussions about a potential roster overhaul are heating up. Speculation is swirling around a key player's future, and fans are left wondering, will this be the change we need to reignite our playoff hopes? Stay tuned as we dive into the latest buzz that could reshape the Canucks lineup for years to come. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button to stay in the loop with all things Vancouver Canucks as we dive into the latest on our Vancouver Canucks. It's hard not to feel a mix of frustration and resignation. With the playoffs slipping further from reach, it seems like the notion of tanking is creeping back into conversations among fans. I get it. When the postseason becomes a distant dream, many of us want to salvage something from this season, even if it's just a solid draft pick for 2025. But let's unpack this a bit. Right now, the Canucks hold on to their own first-round pick for the upcoming NHL entry draft. It's a glimmer of hope amidst a season filled with missed opportunities. Some fans are even suggesting that we should root for the team to lose every game from here on out. But I have to ask, is that really the best path forward? The numbers tell a story that's not as straightforward as we might hope. Currently, the Canucks stand with a 0.5% chance, yes, you heard that right, of winning the draft lottery. That's 1 in 200, folks. Even if they somehow snagged that lottery win, they'd only move up to the 5th overall pick. Now, doesn't that just give you a sense of the uphill battle we're facing? It's almost comical when you think about it. Imagine the Canucks winning the lottery in a year where they can't even take the top pick. How quintessentially Canucks would that be? The reality is that to even have a shot at the 1st overall pick, a team needs to finish in the bottom 11 of the standings. And let's be honest, for the Canucks, that's becoming increasingly unlikely. Teams like the Detroit Red Wings sit right above us and actually have a real shot at that coveted number 1 spot. Their chances are slim at just 3%, but it's still better than what we're looking at. As of now, the gap between the Canucks and a playoff spot is 7 points, which feels astronomical. And if we're aiming for the bottom 11, we'd have to leapfrog not just the Wings, but also several other teams currently sitting ahead of us. This isn't just about losing. It's about a strategic downfall that could have longer-term consequences. Losing games at this stage of the season might not significantly impact our draft odds, but it could affect team morale. Think about it. A locker room filled with players who are losing continually is a recipe for disaster. The psychological toll could be more damaging than any potential gain from a higher draft pick. So what should we be rooting for? Should we don our team tank shirts and embrace the idea of losing? Honestly, I'm torn. Part of me wants to see the team fight and finish strong, while another part understands the allure of a better draft position. But in the grand scheme of things, I believe we should still support our Canucks. Let's cheer them on in these final games and hope for some moments that remind us why we fell in love with this team in the first place. And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Are you in favor of tanking for a better draft pick, or do you think we should focus on building a winning mentality no matter how slim the playoff chances? Your thoughts matter, and the community thrives on these discussions. The Vancouver Canucks are making their feelings known loud and clear regarding the swirling rumors connecting head coach Rick Tocchet to the Philadelphia Flyers. It's been a roller coaster season for the Canucks, and the last thing they need is more drama surrounding their head coach, especially when they're already facing challenges on the ice. The team has reportedly taken their frustrations all the way to the NHL, voicing their discontent with the narrative that Tocchet might be on his way out after this season. According to Elliot Friedman from Sportsnet, the Canucks are not just sitting idly by as the speculation mounts. It's been made abundantly clear that they intend to exercise their contractual rights regarding Tocchet, who is under a deal that gives them options moving forward. This isn't just about keeping Tocchet around. It's about asserting control over the narrative. The Canucks want everyone to know that Rick Tocchet is their head coach, and they aren't going to let rumors dictate the conversation. Now, let's unpack this a bit. The speculation started when Friedman mentioned that the Flyers might be interested in Tocchet as a potential replacement for John Tortorella. Given that Tocchet's contract is nearing its end, it's not surprising that fans and analysts alike are buzzing about his future. But here's the kicker. The Canucks hold the cards in this scenario. They have the option to keep Tocchet for another season, and they're not afraid to remind everyone of that fact. I have to say, I admire the Canucks for standing their ground. It's a bold move, especially considering the ups and downs they've faced this season. But do you think this was the best decision? Honestly, I'm torn. On one hand, it's crucial to maintain stability within the coaching staff, especially during tumultuous times. On the other hand, if Taoche has his eyes set on other opportunities, forcing him to stay could lead to resentment and a lack of motivation. Friedman pointed out that this situation has left some people scratching their heads. Why do coaches and managers agree to contracts with options that can feel more like a stranglehold than a safety net? If the Canucks push Taoche to stay against his will, it could backfire spectacularly. Picture this. If he's unhappy, will he really be able to motivate the players? Will the team perform at its best? These are the questions that loom over this situation. What's particularly fascinating is the potential long-term implications. The Canucks reportedly want to extend Taoche's contract, but the external noise could complicate matters. If they force his hand now, are they risking losing him later when he might be more inclined to move on? This season has been riddled with challenges, and the last thing Vancouver wants is to create a distraction that pulls focus from the ice. And let's not forget about the fans. As passionate supporters of the Canucks, we want to see our team not only succeed, but also be managed effectively. We want a coach who is committed, focused, and aligned with the team's vision. If Taoche isn't happy, how does that affect the players? And how does that ultimately affect our hopes for a playoff run? These are the stakes we're dealing with. As Friedman mentioned, there's still time to resolve this situation. But, with both Jim Rutherford and Taoche known for their unwavering stances, it's hard to see how this will play out without some fireworks. The Canucks have made it clear. If Taoche is coaching in the NHL next season, it will be for them and no one else. But is that the best approach? I want to hear from you, fellow Canucks fans. What do you think about the Canucks' decision to exercise their option on Taoche? Is this the right path forward? Are we standing firm, or are we risking a rift that could affect our future? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I genuinely want to hear your opinions on this matter. And as always, don't forget to like this video, share with fellow fans, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on all the latest Canucks news. Hit that notification bell to ensure you never miss an update. Let's keep the conversation going about our beloved Canucks and what lies ahead.